Hi, I'm Steve Watson, the Maricopa County School Superintendent, and thank you for joining me for the culmination of AZ Bioscience Week. Today we will hear from students who took on the Medical Patent Challenge, and our distinguished panel members, Dr. Jeffrey Jensen from Midwestern University College of Podiatric Medicine, and Carolina Marquez from Arizona State University's Entrepreneurship and Innovation Institute, and Yanni Deros from Cirque and Adam will answer students' questions pertaining to the challenge. Let's check out these new medical innovations.
So we're going to be joined today by three amazing professionals who are on the Zoom chat with me. And I'm going to ask them to take a minute to introduce themselves, just a quick minute. Who are you? Where do you work? And what's something that you're interested in? What's something that you're excited to do when you're not at work? Ms. Marquez.
Yes, hi, welcome everybody. Excited to be here. Actually, my background started in journalism. So I was very interested in being a storyteller and really just wanted to make documentaries, take photos, tell photo stories. But I kind of discovered virtual reality while I was in college and got really involved in creating virtual reality stories. Kind of storytelling through that medium and then discovering all the other use cases for that. So a lot of that was medical training, job training, and started a virtual reality production company with my friends, and then continued working in the startup space for a little bit after that before I joined ASU to work on their Verizon Innovative Learning Program. So we're providing emerging technology access to students all around the country, actually middle school students like yourself. So giving them access to virtual reality headsets, 3D printers that they can use in the classroom and just help them advance their learning and discover all the different opportunities for the job markets out there. So I love to advance myself in virtual reality and keep learning there. So I definitely do a lot of continuous training and learning because it's an emerging field. So that's something I definitely try to do a lot in my free time. But while I also try to learn a lot and stay connected, I also have to find time to disconnect. So if I can give any advice, I would say find something offline that you do. The thing offline that I like to do is gardening, which I'm very excited to do this week because that will just include setting up my Halloween decorations. So yeah, definitely encourage you while you have a lot of time working in technology, definitely find a way to disconnect and ground yourself with the rest of the world.
Very good. Well, I am super excited that all of you are here. Each of you are going to be taking a group of students to kind of listen to their ideas. So to just kind of give everyone a quick catch up here, we've been working on last month's STEM challenge, which was we wanted you to think like a bioscience professional and create a solution for a student or an athlete who's either dehydrated, rehabilitating an injury, or preventing an injury. And I know some of you guys took this to a completely different place, and that is amazing. We're super excited that you didn't limit yourself to these parameters, and you kind of grew beyond that with your own interests, because that's what this is about. It's about finding your own passions and your own interests and looking to design and find solutions to those challenges and problems that exist. So we're going to learn a little bit more about that. So we have students from, from all over Arizona that took on this challenge. We had just, I think, 18 schools that were going through there, and we're going to be listening to stories from 7 of those schools who are going to share where they're at in their journey and some of the ideas that they came up with. So all of you determined a scene or a scenario where you first pictured that you wanted to focus on, and they're all a little bit different. Some of you are in middle school, some of you are in elementary school, and some of you are in the high school level. And so you all looked at different things that you had interest in. From there, you identified some of the problems or the challenges that existed and started looking through and working through that design thinking process to come up with a solution. So those solutions are all over the place. And some of them are just in the idea phase. You're still just brainstorming and you haven't quite fleshed it out as far as what you want to do, what you want to create, and what your unique solution is that's going to help in this scenario. Some of you are looking at current solutions that exist and how would those fit to be able to identify a solution to be able to help students with those needs and stuff like that, which is absolutely great. And it's an amazing part of this process. But some of you are at that final stage of creating and testing that unique product. We're going to be here to support you on any level, whether you're just at the drawing phase and you're making some sketches, whether you're thinking about some 3D modeling or some 2D modeling, we're excited to learn more about that. So the way
Go ahead and go.
Our project is on rehabilitating leg fractures.
What is a leg fracture?
A leg fracture is a crack in the bone in your leg.
What is rehabilitation?
Rehabilitation is the process of helping cure an injury or to restore health to someone. People use rehabilitation process after being injured or sick.
So our product is called Icy Wrap. It's a rehabilitating product for a fractured leg. It is leg wrap with a brace that goes on top of it. The brace has a slot for ice packs to go in. Leg fractures need to be iced in order to heal, so why not have a product that can do just that?
And people can still get around with this product on as well. What our product includes will include in real life. The wrap will be leg wrap, the brace will be plastic, and the pocket will be a thick material. The first layer will include a wrap, the second layer will include a brace, and the third layer, if preferred, more wrap.
So we to put it in, you would wrap your leg, and then you would just take the ice packs and just put it in the brace. And just put it in there.
Okay. That?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the presentation.
Wonderful.
We'll stay here for feedback.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'll definitely, I'll jump in with feedback. And it's interesting because I have personal experience with not necessarily a leg fracture, but just having to have leg injuries and have that wrapped and have braces on and then having to unwrap that and then put an ice pack on and just dealing with that whole problem. So I definitely know how frustrating that is. And I mean, just listening to that, I would really want to see this on like Walgreens shelves. So I think so far, like this is just, I think you've really got the pain points of what people are experiencing when they have these issues down, which is really the biggest part in kind of designing these products. So really good job on connecting with that empathetically, identifying that, and I think moving forward from there. I think my main question would be if you were going to, do you see this kind of being maybe a product that could work for other injuries around the body? A similar type of design or concept?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how would you maybe kind of adjust this to work for that?
Someone.
How we would adjust it probably is just kind of rearrange everything and kind of put it where really the fractured part or different injuries of the body.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. Something, you might consider is making parts more interchangeable or movable. But yeah, I think y'all are on the right track. This is a great idea.
Hello, my name is Al Collins. My name is Jacob.
My name is Aiden.
And we made a product called the multi-liquid water bottle.
Nice and loud, guys.
Every day, 75% of adults in the US deal with chronic dehydration. They usually get 2.5 cups a day on average. This is a pursuing problem of varying degrees in places such as France, Australia, and Germany. And that's the link we got it from. Symptoms of dehydration. Some symptoms of dehydration are dark yellow, strong smelling pee, feeling tired, thirsty, a dry mouth, lips, and eyes. Dehydration is a terrible feeling that no one wants to experience. Electrolytes help speed up rehydration. Some good drinks with electrolytes in them are water and Gatorade. These help with other types of dehydration, such as hypotonic, loss of electrolytes, and hypertonic, loss of water. The main one that people generally deal with is chronic dehydration, a combination of both of them. We created a solution called the multi-liquid water bottle that can hold multiple of these liquids and you can drink out of them. It can hold 3 liquids at the same time and has 3 straws. This could help with dehydration by giving 3 ways to rehydrate. It has 1 main liquid that could be water and 2 other liquids that could be Gatorade. This could help stop dehydration around the state or the country. The average person should drink about 64, ounces of water a day. If you are in sports, you should try to drink a little more than 64 ounces of water a day. If you do not drink enough water each day, it could end in dehydration. Thank you for your time.
All right, great job, team. I'll first of all say that, yeah, I think growing up in Arizona, I grew up in Tucson, so dehydration is something I've experienced my whole life. And then even more so once I got older and started working on stories and being out for hours and hours and hours without reminding myself to drink water. So I think this is a great solution to be tackling. And I think you thought of it very creatively. Can I ask, does the team, do you think that you have any, like, what experience did you have that kind of made you think like, okay, actually, maybe we should just put all the liquids into one?
I've never actually been dehydrated myself, but a couple of my friends have explained how it feels to me, and it always leaves me with a sick feeling in my throat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the idea came from. And I just really thought it was a good idea to have multiple things in one.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. I think something else you're also tackling there that I'm not sure if you realize is also just reducing the amount of containers and possibly plastic waste that's being used. So when I think about professional athletes and when you see them on screen and when they're being served their Gatorade and their water bottles and all of that by the supporting staff, they're using multiple plastic containers. And so, yeah, a product like this could kind of do 2 things. Yeah, helping that rehydration, but also reducing plastic waste. So great job on tackling 2 problems there. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is our hydration helmet by Enzo, Audrey, Xavier, and Isaac.
This helmet has a liquid holder on the top of the helmet, so you can put any liquid in there while you're playing football.
So when it gets actually made, there would be some type of plastic on top holding the container, and the straw that you would drink out of would be connected to the mouth guard, so you're able to drink through it.
This project has a lot of pros, like making you able to play longer without rotating off the field, and you're less likely to get dehydration while playing football.
This is a big thing in Arizona because Arizona can dehydrate you really fast,
especially while playing sport.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, just stay, listen to feedback.
Awesome. Well, so can I ask, what made you think of this idea? What was the problem you're mainly trying to solve?
We're mainly trying to solve like dehydration while playing sports because I have a brother who plays sports and he got really dehydrated once while playing football.
All right, so you have some personal experience with this a little bit. And what made you think of actually creating something that would be used on the field rather than off the field?
Well, because on the field, you're usually more tired because after each play, you're running a lot and you can't always go to the sidelines to get water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, those are great points, and great using your insider knowledge there. And I think in the future, if you keep designing products and keep wanting to invent, it's really good to look at those personal experiences that people on your team may have, or look for those. Do that research and try to find out how to be empathetic towards the problem that you're trying to solve. So that's great. Great job there. Yeah, I guess this is a great idea. Where does the actually like the where is the water encased in the headset in the helmet?
It would be like an opening at the top, so you're able to
Ah,
put the water
I
inside.
see. Yes, yes, I see. Okay, cool. I wonder. That's also a little bit further idea to kind of look into is how would water affect the padding of a helmet? And maybe something to connect with someone in sports science about to kind of make that a little bit more than just tackling hydration. So just an opportunity there, I think, to take it a step further. But great job, everyone.
Okay, so our idea is to another one to prevent dehydration with. It's more of a little, it's not so much as using water to do it. It's more technologic than the other ones. Basically, we've been working on a little like pocket thing that beeps and it will alert you when to dehydrate so you don't stay too long without being dehydrated. And Natalie over here is going to tell you how we did that.
This beeper's main function is to alert athletes when they need to hydrate. Especially in the state of Arizona, kids and adults need to avoid dehydration because of extreme heat. While exercising indoors and outdoors, people of all ages and strengths need to stay hydrated. This beeper is somewhat of a utility tool. It beeps every 20 minutes to alert the athlete to hydrate, doubling as a timer in 20-minute intervals. There's also a light attached to the front of the machine that can be used as a flashlight if you're running in the dark. Oh, next slide.
This is our model in 2D. It features the on and off button for the timer. This model also comes with straps to strap on bikes or slip into your pocket while running. This device is waterproof so you can stay hydrated on the beach or the pool. This can also be used as a flashlight if you're running in the dark. This rechargeable device is a perfect tool to keep track of hydration and in any environment.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So actually, it's really funny. I have thought of this product myself. You stole that from me, but I will give you the patent. That's okay. You can have it. Yeah, I think this is a really great idea just in terms of I like the approach that you're taking to this, that this isn't necessarily something that is being used as a product to do the hydrating, but actually just kind of a preventative measure. Very interesting way to look at the problem. And I think you're also just looking at it a few steps ahead before we actually get to where they're at being dehydrated. So it's a great way to tackle it. Can I actually ask the team what made them think of going at it from this perspective?
Well, you need to drink water frequently or else you will get dehydrated, and most likely if you're reminded to drink water, then you will drink it, because some athletes may just forget while they're playing the game or focusing on their team, and they won't remember how important it is to drink water. Can I say something? So like personally, for like sometimes I go running and like it's hard to run with a water bottle, so like it's easier to remind yourself to like drink water rather than like have something to drink water with you. Before.
Our original idea was to have a belt that just held water for running, but we kind of looked at that, improved it, and then we just thought of multiple ones, and we thought of having a belt with something that beeped on it, and then eventually we just dropped the belt entirely and went with the thing that just beeps to prevent it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love getting that insight into your ideating and prototyping phases. That's really interesting. And it's good that you thought through all those different possibilities and we're like, actually, this is going to be the easiest and most comfortable solution. That's great. I think maybe a way that you can take this a step further is kind of also making this like a Fitbit. So, not just having it be a timer, but actually having that be maybe something that they wear on their wrist so it can track their heart rate, essentially pick up a little bit more of those biometrics that we can now get with technology like Fitbit. So, yeah, great idea. And I think a lot of opportunity to take that further. So good job, team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we made an invention called the Rat Pack, which is basically like an ice pack that just wraps around your leg.
Okay.
Rat Pack is a device used for rehabilitation, strains, and sprains, and anything that really needs ice. It's used for icing injuries in your lower calf, arm, and anywhere it's needed. Standard models are filled with a gel for cooling that can be placed in the fridge for reusability. The Rat Pack can also be taken off easily. Compression is added as well to tighten it.
You roll up the pack around your leg until it fits, then you strap the 2 Velcro pieces at each end together.
There are 3 grades of sprains and 3 grades of strains. The first grade of a strain usually causes a few of your muscle fibers to stretch out. The second grade has more significant damage and can cause muscle fibers to be damaged or torn. The third grade is a complete rupture of the muscle and can cause many problems.
The 3 types of sprains are grade 1 is fibers of ligaments are stretched out but not torn. Grade 2 is ligaments are partially torn. And grade 3 is there is a complete rupture in the ligaments.
The Rat Pack stands for wide-fitting, rehabilitation, adjustable, pain reliever, pressurized apparatus, coin, and a kids-friendly product.
Some ways to help sprains or strains heal is individually add ice, rest, compression, protecting it from any further damage, elevating it, and acupuncture. How does this relate? Well, in our original plan, we thought to use all of this. We came to a conclusion that this would be too hard and too heavy on your leg.
In the end, we decided to only use ice, rest, and elevation. This led to the Rat Pack.
That's it? Okay.
All right. Well, can I ask the team what kind of led them? I know you talked about those different ideation phases. So what kind of led you to start where you did and then maybe end up where you were?
Well, I had a really weird idea. At first, it was basically like a box full of ice that you stuck your foot in. And then we decided that was kind of weird.
Not very movable and
Yeah, it wasn't very functional for a daily use.
We also thought to like add everything in the beginning, and then we thought that would just be too hard. And but it would help with maybe healing like them faster, because sprains and strains usually take a long time to heal.
No, these are, yeah, good insights. And actually, it's really good, I think, to hear that started out with what you think is a weird idea, but no, I think it's valid. Any weird idea is a valid idea. Any idea is a valid idea, just because, especially when you're prototyping a product, because you have to start somewhere, and you have to realize like, okay, this doesn't work, but you're also realizing why it doesn't work. And most of the team identified why that wouldn't work. So you're definitely going through those ideating phases, which is great. And then I think also you started to speak to it. You wanted to put everything on there, and maybe having these other parts would help heal it faster. But also, not every product has to do everything. And I think that's totally okay. And, definitely keep in mind designing products. You want to design products that will best solve the solution that you're addressing. So the more you can narrow that down, the more fine-tuned your solution is going to be to that specific problem. So I think y'all went through all the phases really, really well. So great job there. Yeah, I think maybe just taking this a step further would just be creating different sizes. Yeah, I know you had the adult size and the kid size, but yeah, having a bunch of different sizes for all different parts of your body. Because I hurt myself all the time. I have lower back problems. I have knee problems, but I need different ice packs for them. So having something like modular, something like that, the kind of what you're starting to describe, would be great. So great idea there.
I know we ran a little bit longer, and at the same time, I'm sure we could have spent another hour having some of those conversations because those were absolutely fascinating. I want to give an opportunity to have all of our professionals give a final thought. And I'm going to start with Mr. Duros because I know he's sitting at a conference right now, and he probably has to run right now. So, Mr. Duros, would you like to leave us with a final thought of things that you took away from that?
Yeah, like I said, the quality of the work exceeded my expectations. I think the students are on great tracks. They learn to define the problem, identify the solution, show prototypes, visuals on how to share the vision of the idea. Some have gotten funding. Mind blown, right? So, it's exciting time to see these future disruptors, and I would love to stay in touch and see if we can advise and provide more. Bravo to you all. Congratulations to the teachers and all the students that participated. Very impressed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Marquez.
Yeah, I am absolutely impressed with all the students who definitely put a lot of thought into their products, and I think went through, as Giannis mentioned, all the different ideation phases. And I want to point out, did a great job with, I think, empathizing with what the problem was and really identifying that part of it. I heard a lot of good insight into, well, I have experience with this, or I have seen other people have experience with this, and I talked to them about it. So that's a great way to identify the problem, and then also good things to keep in mind as you go through that prototyping phase. You're keeping those things in mind because when you go through the prototyping phase, you realize, oh, well, this wouldn't work for that group of people that I wanted to make this work for. So great job, everybody.
Wonderful. Dr. Jensen.
I was also likewise was very impressed. And I'd like to leave you with the thought that if you can dream it, you can make it happen. You are all so fortunate, and I shared this in our small group, that you're in an environment where you're enabled to think outside of the box, and you're able to develop solutions to problems that not only deal with athletes with that dehydration, but could deal with multiple different people, even geriatric populations or people that are sick in the hospital that are constantly fighting dehydration. So the concept of ideas and solutions will be with you for the rest of your life. And if you come up with good ideas, remember to go to the United States Patent and Trademark Office page so that you can literally put your idea in and see what's out there in the world. And it wouldn't surprise me if some of you have dozens of patents before you're 40 years old, if you continue with this mindset and the ideas that you can make a difference, because you really can make a difference. And I echo the previous folks that say it far exceeded my expectations. You all did just a phenomenal job. And if you ever have any questions or anything that I could help you with, I would always be willing to help you vet any ideas, or if you need any other help with inventions, let me know. Thank you again for letting me be part of it.
I want to thank all of you for taking on this opportunity and for embracing this mindset, because it's challenging to create something that's new and to create something that doesn't exist. And the more what we want out of people in the world is to be able to look at problems as an opportunity and to look at challenges as not a negative thing, but as an opportunity to make an impact, an opportunity to make a difference. So the skills that you're practicing and you're reinforcing right now are the ones that we want for every student that's graduating from schools and coming out into our communities. So thank you so much for taking on this opportunity. Please stay in touch. Please keep us updated on your progress, what you guys are doing with your solutions, because we'd love to hear more about it. And I know all of our professionals want to hear more as you're kind of going through that iteration. So thank you so much for joining us today. You guys have a wonderful weekend.